Shalom, all praise, honor, and glory be to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutation to the hopeful elect brothers out there that's enduring in this truth as a servant of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. I want to go into a quick video because earlier tonight, um, on December 23rd, around 5:39 p.m., there was a chariot, so-called UFO, which is the chariot of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. It was a huge sighting, and it was a sign. It's another sign that that our the end is fastly approaching to. And when I say the end, I'm saying the end of our captivity and the end of the so-called white man's rulership and the beginning of the kingdom of heaven. So basically, I wanted to bring out this quick video on RT News because it captured the footage of this sighting today, which was a very well known or well seen sighting. So I'm just gonna play this video. It's a quick 2 minute video, and I'm gonna do some commentary afterwards. So that's pretty much the end of that little video clip. And so we know these to be sightings of the angels that's riding around in the chariots, which are to Esau. He classified them as UFOs, unidentified flying objects, but we classify them and we know them as to be IFOs, which are identified flying objects of the chariots of the Most High, the angels. And Esau, he's gonna put his little spin off. I don't trust anything he says if he tries to say that this was a space launching, or if he tries to say that it was a rocket launch, or whatever the case may be. He's gonna do whatever he got to do to try to cover it up. But the brothers in the knowledge, we know that these were chariots, the Most High's chariots, which are the angels. And I went ahead and Google image to search UFOs in California, and it just showing you different images, you know, that was captured. Some this tonight, and some were other days. But if you take a look at these other images that were caught, of the different circular images that were caught on video or photo of the chariots, they're in that round circular roll shape. Here's more Here's another one. Here's three right here, and here's two right here, and here's a sky full of them, and here's a cluster of them. And I scroll down more, and you see more and more of them. And then there's one picture that there's this one right here, just a cluster of them in a small area. So there's all kind of images of them. They shown here. Here is one. The scriptures say that the chariots are known as clouds. Here you can see an image of one within a cloud, and here goes, you know, about five of them above this house. So we get an idea of the sightings of the different chariots that's visited here on in the earth. There's one I thought I saw one before. There was there was I think this is it right here. Here's several ones, and there was one that was in the Hollywood Hills as well. And then we've seen them all, and not just in California, but all throughout the four corners of the earth. We've been seeing chariot sighting, and it's been at an all-time high. We've seen them at camp, just hovering above us at camp. So the brothers, different brothers, have seen them, personally with their own eyes, and then you have the images of it where it was caught on film or a photo. So I just wanted to get in a couple of scriptures identifying identifying the chariots in the scriptures. This is Zechariah 5:1. It says, "Then I turned and lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll, and the length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof is 10 cubits," which identifies the different sizes that the chariots come in. The chariots they have, the angels have full manipulation of the elements. They can, manipulate the elements. They can use the elements to their benefits. So they can change form, change shape, change length, change color. They have full capabilities when they're in these chariots, when they're in these vehicles. So, first word I want to look up is flying, which is the Hebrew word "iwat," which is to fly about, fly away, to fly, hover. Now, hovering, the chairs can just hover, like I mentioned earlier that we've seen them at our hovering above us at camp. Esau through Esau's engineering technology of aircrafts, he hasn't when he hasn't had the technology and the inventions of his uh, of his engineering of different vehicles or flying vessels or um, or different creations to hover. A helicopter, it flies in one location, but it needs its propeller. But to just hover in air like that, Esau hasn't created. He hasn't. Most High hasn't given him that creation, or that he's made known to our eye. We haven't seen anything like that besides the chariots. Um, the rest of the definitions is to fly away, to cause to fly, light up. Um, and like I said, the lights on the chariot can change colors, and to fly about to and fro. I mean, it can be flying to, and it can go fro. I mean, it can be flying to this location and then go zip the other way, like in a whole different direction at the speed of light. It says to cause to fly to and fro, brandish, to fly away, to cover, to be dark, and to cover, be dark. Basically, it can change its. It can be visible and it can become invisible. It could be, light and it can be dark. It can change the shades. I want to look up the next word, which is roll. When it comes from the Hebrew word magalah, which means roll, book, writing. In the ancient days, the scriptures were written on scrolls, and then they would roll the scroll up. That's why you have it say roll, book, writing. And then in the Chaldea's lexicon, it says a volume, a book rolled together, as was the ancient custom. The volume of the book of the law. So, like I said, the scriptures were written on scrolls, and they would roll the scrolls up, and they tie a ribbon around it to keep it rolled up. So it's just basically further identifying the different roll here, the flying roll, the different, you know, the different images that are caught of the scriptures. I mean, of the images that's backing up what the scriptures say. These are, these photos is showing you the illustration. It's showing you what the scriptures illustrate, how the scriptures illustrate the chariots. So back to the next scripture is Psalm 68:17, and it says the chariots of the Most High are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them, as in Sinai, the holy place. So the scripture is telling you that the Most High has thousands of angels that are in these chariots. And when Yahweh Shai comes back, um, he's going to come with the Lord of hosts, his army, which are consist of all the holy angels in their chariots. And this is Psalms 104:3. It says, "Who led the beams of his chamber in the waters? Who maketh the clouds his chariots? Who walketh upon the wings of the wind? Who maketh his angels spirits, his ministers a flame of fire?" And here we are have again the chariots of the chariots of the Most High is known as a chamber in the waters that maketh the clouds his chariots. And I want to go get a quick precept. This is Isaiah 26 and verse 20. Because of the previous scripture in Psalm 68, it tells you that when the Most High has 20,000, even thousands of angels. And before I get in that Isaiah, let me get Isaiah 66 and 15, which is talking about Yahweh's return. It says, "For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger and fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. And by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many." So with these, thousands upon thousands of chariots, like a whirlwind, which are the angels with Yahweh Shai, they're gonna be killing many people. And during that time, as many people are being killed, there's a number of angels that's gonna go across, um, beaming up the elect of Israel, and this is the illustration of that in Isaiah 26:20. It says, "Come, my people, enter thou in thy chambers, and shut the doors about thee. Hide thyself as it were for a little moment, until the indignation be overpast." So when Yahweh Shai comes back, you're gonna have the angels. Um, there's gonna be beaming brothers and sisters up and children up of the elect into those chambers, which in those chambers are what? Those are the chariots, meaning come into this chamber and and be protected from the indignation that's going to be, basically the destruction that's going to be killing people. Basically, that protection. And I want to look up a word real quick in Chambers, which is the Greek word chadar, which is chamber, room, parlor, innermost or inward parts within. And it says a chamber, especially in an inner apartment, whether of a tent or of a house, hence a bed chamber. So basically, that chamber is like a loft or apartment, meaning a place of where you can rest, so you can be at peace and at rest and at comfort, while the rest of everyone else is being tormented through is going to perish through torment of those nuclear missiles and the chariots, the angels spitting out that nuclear fire. And so let me get back to Psalms 104. I'm gonna read Psalms 104 again because it links back up with that um, Isaiah 20:26. It says, "Who led the beams of his chambers in the waters? Who maketh the clouds his chariots? Who walketh upon the wings of the wind?" So here we are. We know what the chambers are. We know that the chambers are going to be protecting the elect, which are the angels, the vehicles of the angels, which will be beaming up the elect. So my last scripture I want to go in is Jeremiah 4:13. It said, "Behold, he shall come as a cloud, and his chariots shall be as a whirlwind. His horses are swifter than eagles. Woe unto us, for we are spoiled. O Jerusalem, wash thine heart from wickedness, that thou mayest be saved. How long shall thy vain thoughts lodge within thee?" So the scripture is telling you that in Jeremiah here, that when Yahweh comes back, that his clouds and his chariots will be like a whirlwind, and the horses um, are swifter than eagles, meaning those chariots are gonna be powerful, and they're gonna be swift like an eagle. They're gonna be, zipping here and there. They're gonna, using agility. They're gonna be moving about in all different directions, and they're gonna pick up. They're gonna be picking up the elect. And it tells you in the 14th verse, "O Jerusalem," which let's talk about Israel, is Jerusalem is a people for it's a place, that you need to wash yourself of all this wickedness and turn from the ways of the world and serve Yahweh Shem Shai, so that you may have opportunity to be uh, saved, so you can receive that salvation. And only the elect is going to do that. The 2/3, they're not going to do that. They're going to continue on the path that they're on, which is a way of destruction, a way towards destruction. So I just want to do a quick video on that, because this was a wonderful sighting tonight, and I hope it was edifying through the power of Yahweh Shem Shai. I want to give all praises to Yahweh Shem Shai, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and love and salutation to the whole elect. Shalom.